I am the queen of enjoying every moment, never wanting something good to come to an end, and a late checkout is the embodiment of that. I'm your host, Laura Janella.
All right, guys, we are back again 1 year later, and I have another guide for you for Sagittarius season. For any of you who are not familiar, I love to go through Sagittarius season with a lot of intention that I'm able to fully embody all the characteristics and qualities and traits that my sign holds. But that is not just limited to the Sagittarian community, it is very much open to everybody to take a piece or a page out of a Sagittarius book. Highly recommend to do that for any of the signs during any of the seasons, like Capricorn season. It's so structured and they're big on responsibility and climbing high. It's a great grounded time to really get honest with yourself about how you can achieve your daily schedules and routines and really nail that down. Cancer season, I tend to feel a little bit more emotional and gushy, but even more like feminine, wanting to be home a little bit. I can feel the energy of each sign as the year goes on. So I really like that it's not just always the fire crazy Sagittarius time of year because it's a little much. Seasons are good. It's good that it's just a month long or we would be a little overwhelmed. Sagittarius has a lot of Jupiterian energy. We are ruled by Jupiter, and it is a very big and beautiful planet that just brings a lot of expansive thoughts, expansive connections, expansive goal setting. So it's definitely a time and a place in the zodiac lineup that is great for everyone to enjoy immersing themselves into this very optimistic, high energy sign. I want to start the episode off with a really nice quote that I read about Sagittarius because I feel like it'll set the tone for the guide for this year. The quote is: "This season, embody your Sagittarius fire. Walk boldly toward what excites you, speak your truth with heart, and trust that every leap is guiding you somewhere you're meant to grow." And that just hits because Sagittarians are obsessed with adventure. They're obsessed with travel. They love learning something new. They're just super curious. They're philosophical. They go deep. And it's really because of how much they have a zest for life. They enjoy the human experience. They really love just sinking their teeth into life and just getting as much juice out of the fruit as possible. I find Sagittarians to be typically not afraid to evolve, not afraid to grow. They're very big risk takers. They want to be able to always expand their minds, expand their spirit, expand community, expand themselves. And I think that's one of the biggest key takeaways from this sign. It's honestly one of my proudest points of being ruled by Jupiter because of all of that energy. This season is definitely a good time to set your bar high, to know your worth, dip into something new, try on something new for size. Okay, core positive traits of Sagittarian: adventurous and free spirited, optimistic, independent, honest and direct, or generous, intellectual and curious. But we definitely have some challenging traits as well. If you know a Sagittarian or are a Sagittarian, I think you can kind of see this within them or within self, but we can be impulsive, we can be a little too blunt, we can be a bit restless and like just almost that like need for change and adventure can be a bit draining if it's not actually being satisfied, because then you just feel like, okay, what am I doing? But with every sign, pros and cons, people, pros and cons, balance is key here. So for this guide, I listened to my last year's guide, and I was actually a little impressed with my guide. I was like, should I just do like an in case you missed it and like repost it? But I actually find that even though Sagittarius qualities and traits are never changing, I think each year we can embody those traits and take away some of those characteristics in different ways and tones. And when I found myself thinking about it, I was like, actually my list is changing up a little bit. So I was down to record a new one, and here we are. So these are my top 5 things this Sagittarius season I will be doing to really embody my sign, to really embrace the energy of what's going on around us with the universe. And yes, let's just freaking get into it. So first and foremost, I think this is an obvious one. Let's plan or at least outline our 2026 travel goals. Take out your little notes app, get a little list going. If you know where like you definitely want to go, if there's items or places on your bucket list that have just been like burning a hole in there and you're just like, okay, I just need to do it this year, write those destinations down, write down which months you may want to go, who you'd want to go with, what experiences you want to take away from those trips, like kind of get a little philosophical and Sagittarian about this list and go deep because even if you're sitting here and you're thinking, I don't even know where the hell I want to go next year, or maybe I don't want to travel at all next year, can you write down at least environments that you want to seek out next year that would make you happy? And when I say environment, I mean, do you want to have a moment next year where you're completely immersed in nature or at the beach or doing something adventurous, riding a bike in a new city? Like, is there something of an environment that you're kind of craving or haven't done before? Like, if you've never seen the Northern Lights before, is that something you want to do? Write that down. You don't need the destination, you don't need the dates, but just to kind of give that little bit of a reminder to yourself that when next year comes and you think about getting away, you can go back to this list and remind yourself where you were craving to be and maybe plan from there. If you're unsure about the environment you want to be in, then maybe write down like the type of trip you want. Do you want like a cultural trip? Do you want a trip that you can just get away with your girlfriends? Do you want one that's with family, or do you want like a solo trip, which I highly recommend because solo trips are absolutely phenomenal and amazing and it can be short and sweet and just be completely fucking fulfilling. Regardless, get some kind of 2026 travel list going. I think it'd be a great way to really just boom, latch onto Sagittarius season because we love to get on a plane and get somewhere. Number 2, share something you love that like really lights you up with a friend or a group of friends. So this idea was born from, I think I've mentioned this before in one of my either my newsletter or my podcast, that there was a quote that Tinks, if you guys are familiar with Tinks, she mentioned in her podcast back in like June. And it's everybody wants to be in a village, but nobody wants to be the villager. And that just hit for me because I really do feel like I kind of used to be the villager in my 20s, like bringing all different friend groups together to all go out and do something. And I somehow along the way, like lost touch with that. And now that we're back in the States and we're around our friends and family, like our core friends and family, I'm like, I want to do this. Like, I want to be able to host everybody in my home. I want to be able to do fun things together, and I really want to do stuff and share stuff and come together like intentionally, like, oh, we don't just have to do dinner, we don't just have to go out, or I want to bring what makes me happy and like share it with them. For example, last week I was having my high school girlfriends over, and originally it just started off as like, come see the new house, let's have dinner, let's hang out, let's, do the catch up, because me and my high school girlfriends, when we get together, we just have so much fun together. We drink, we laugh, we catch up, we get deep, we cry. Like, it's so much because we've seen each other in so many phases of lives, so many phases of our lives. It's honestly just amazing and I'm so grateful for it. But as the time went on before they came, I was like, I really want to make this like an intentional meetup. So I actually had seen that it was going to be a new moon the night before. And I don't practice all like the new moon and full moons every time. It's only when it happens to be around a time that I'm noticing that it is going to be a new or full moon. And if there is something I want to call in or shed, then I will like kind of be like, ooh, actually, let me like capitalize on this energy and make a little list. So for this dinner, I had like a little new moon dinner where I got like little notepads for everybody and like set up the table with like lavender and candles, and we all got to like intention set for the new moon and just share that deep planting of the seed for self with each other. And I don't know, it brought me joy to have that intentionality within that dinner, that I feel like it lit up the night even more. Like we were all just feeling so connected. I mean, we always do anyway, but there was just a lining or silver lining, at least for me, that made me feel really happy to share that with them. Whether they believe in that stuff or not, or partake in it on their own, it's just something that they can try on new for size with a safe group of people, which I think that's so much fun. And it doesn't just need to be like a dinner party like that. Like if there's something you love to do, like arts and crafts, like have your friends over for arts and crafts, even though they don't do arts and crafts, they can do something new for themselves as well while you're sharing something you love. Like when you share the things that bring you joy and that light you up with the people you love, it just spreads more love. It just spreads more excitement. And even if people are a little weary at first, or, like, oh, I don't really do this, or I don't want to do arts and crafts, like it's a new experience for everybody, and I think it can be really connecting and bond fulfilling, and also spark maybe a little bit of a cycle for your group of friends to continue doing that. And even if it's not you hosting, if you guys do something out, just do something, share something that you absolutely love with the people that you care about and love. All right, number 3, we are getting on the goal setting bandwagon right now, because let's use the Santor's bow and arrow to target some very big, expansive goals for yourself. Goal setting to me is it's just so important. Even if you have your eyes on sight of a goal, right? If it's a particular like job title or position or income portal, like having that feeling that you are connected to that particular goal, I think is such a strong force for you to be able to embody it and for it to really come into fruition. And not just because it's like, oh, I want this specific title, I got it, check. No, because I think the journey along the way to that goal actually ends up being the juiciest part of the fruit. And like where you learn the most from, and what can catapult you to maybe even things beyond that goal, or actually even redirect you to an even better goal. Like only in the present do you know what you could want for yourself as much as you can with the knowledge you have. But as you keep going, as you keep learning, as you keep growing, redirections happen and new feelings happen, and cravings for bigger and better things or different things happen. And I think that is so, so important in the game of this, because it's not just about the goal, it's about the journey to it. But with Sagittarians, we are very goal oriented. We love, I guess there is a competitive spirit, like just being best version of self, wanting to be the best, wanting to do the best. And we're also very honest and blunt. And I think we have a very easy time being honest and blunt, like outward to other people, sometimes not in a good way. And I think it's really good for everybody to take that characteristic and bring it inward. Like, how can you be honest with yourself? How can you be blunt with yourself? Are there areas of your life that you're kind of, I don't know, you have rosy colored glasses on about, that might be keeping you from a goal that you genuinely want to accomplish? So it's a really great time to just write it out, think about it. Do you want a new job? Do you want a new home? Do you want to move to a new city? Do you want a promotion? Do you want to build your family? Do you want to get married? Do you want to make new friends? What personal growths are you looking to expand on? Is it related to health, wellness, spirituality, God? Like, what is it in 2026 that you really, and I only say 2026 because I think it's good to look as far as next year and not get overwhelmed with years and years and years down the line. Because, like I said, I think all of that changes as you're going through the journey. So, just what is it that you're truly craving out of yourself, out of your life in 2026, that you can write down, and you can just capitalize this optimistic Sagittarian energy, because I find that this season brings thoughts that are way bigger than practical thoughts. Like, it's the super optimism. It's like the I want to be a celebrity type of optimism, even though you haven't even identified what gifts and skill sets you have yet. Like, it's those, like, what people like to call the unrealistic optimism. But really, if there's a goal that's even bigger than what you think you can do at this very point right now, it's still calling to you for a reason. And I think it's important to keep your eyes on that and listen up to why you're thinking about it. What is it that attracts you to it? What steps can you take to go towards it? Or maybe you don't want to do any of the thinking in between at all and just get like the goal down in one sentence and let it be in that way, when next year you can go back to your list and say, oh shit, I got there and I don't even know how I got here. Like, wait, let me reflect. Let me be proud of myself. Stuff like that. Get into expansive thinking because I think this season can give you a little boost and a little spark to not play small with your goals, to really open your mind to the true big potential that you have, because we don't wanna be negative, we don't wanna be pessimistic, we don't want a goal set in a season where it feels like, ugh, we're a little, like, pushed and bogged down. Like, no, this is the perfect time to really just get it down on a list and know that you are completely worthy of everything that you absolutely want and absolutely can accomplish. Okay, number 4, connecting with your free spirit. Sagittarians are just like they embody this, like, wild and freeness. I don't know if it's the Centaur energy or the Jupiterian. I really don't know where it stems from, but it definitely exists, like, the yearning for freedom and that, like, need for freedom and independence. It's, like, baseline in my system, like, 100%, and that's why I love talking about, like, self-love and self-care so much, because that allows me to feel, like, so, so free. But for this season, I think it's a good time for us all to harness that free spirit energy, get curious and let go, try something new, go try a new experience, say yes to an invitation that you typically wouldn't say yes to. Kind of find that inner fire for spontaneity, for adventure, and make it jolly. Like, be excited to do it, even if you hate it after. Like, it could be a funny story to you later. It'll be an experience in your resume regardless. But just go try something new. It is so easy for us to get stuck in the comfortable cycles and ways, and it's just very liberating to kind of break free of that here and there. And if you're thinking, I don't want to try anything new, or I don't know what I could try new, I'm going to give you a couple examples. It doesn't need to be something so like crazy and big. It can also be something like educational. Like if there's a language you've been wanting to learn, like take a 101 class on it. Even if it's just you doing like Duolingo, or if you can like do like an online class or an in-person class. Try a cooking class. Go to a gym class that you've never gone to before, or maybe there's like a town or a place that's like kind of close by to you that you've been dying to go to, a specific store or a certain thing that you've just had on your list, or a restaurant or whatever. Just something new and make an adventure out of it. I think it's all about the energy you bring to it so you can feel lighthearted and free spirited doing it. I think another great way for us to be able to do something like this is kind of look around at your friend group. Everyone has their own hobbies, everyone has their own interests. Some people like to go to dance class, some people like to go to Pilates, some people like to do rock climbing or whatever, any type of hobby, habit, whether it's arts and crafts, pottery, whatever. Look around at your friends and pick one of them and one of their hobbies or things that they do on a weekly basis or monthly basis, and ask them if you can tag along, like just for one class. Make it a free spirited adventure and just enjoy it. Oh, we're down to the last one on the list. This one kind of fast. Okay. Last one on the list, because Sagittarians are, like I said before, very much known for their optimism. They're really expansive optimism. Number 5 is to harness that optimism this season. Let's spread positivity and optimism with words. Words to other people, words to ourselves, maybe like give out more compliments than you would typically do on a daily basis to even strangers or to friends or to family. Say good morning to people that you wouldn't typically say good morning to, like on the train or walking by, or smile at somebody who looks like they're not having a great day. And even if they look at you like, what the fuck are you smiling at? Because that's like what a New Yorker would do. It's okay. Your intention is to spread optimism and positivity and what's the word I'm looking for? And just emulate that. Be the light. Be the light walking down the block that's smiling at everybody, even if everyone thinks you're Looney Tunes. You know you're doing it with good intention. And even more importantly, give yourself permission to embody optimism on a daily basis for yourself. Like, start with a daily mantra. I think it's a great time to wake up and just vocally say out loud something really positive. Whether it's like, I'm grateful for another day, or today will bring me lots of love and fun and success, or today I'm going to use positivity as my power. It's essential to start your day in the right mind frame. And sometimes we wake up and we are buzzing and immediately needing to rush. And if you can just take those 2 seconds to say something really great to yourself, it will shift. If it's not the whole day, at least your morning, at least your baseline when you started your day was coming from a positive place. But from an energetics perspective, I think it will trickle down into your entire day. I have 2 more mantras I can share with you. I actually looked these up because I know that even my own words might not be good for you guys. So maybe you want something more specific and detailed. So here's 2 mantras that I think would also be helpful to embody optimism this season. The first one is, today I choose adventure over fear and optimism over doubt. My spirit expands with every step I take. Number 2 is, I trust my inner fire to guide me wherever I go. I create possibility, growth, and light. And I really love that because that can mean so many different things, but it's all stemming from possibility, growth, and light. I love those 2 mantras. Those are really, really good. So, just to recap the guide for this amazing Sagittarius season, first, outline your 2026 travel. Definitely essential. Number 2, share something you love to do with your community, with your friends, with your family. Be the villager, be the person that sparks the new experience for someone else. Sagittarians love new experiences, and it's even cooler and better to spark it in someone else and see somebody light up over the stuff that lights you up. Number 3, set expansive goals for yourself. Take advantage of this Jupiterian energy, guys. See the biggest picture possible for your life. Think of your dream life. What do you see in it? Who do you see around you? What do you want for this next year that can take you each step through and to your dream life? Number 4 is connect with your free spirit. Do something new, try something new. Don't let your comfort zones hold you back. And number 5, embody optimism daily. Smile at the people around you, give out compliments, start your days with mantras, and make yourself as positive as possible. This season can be very tiring as well. It is fiery, it is high energy. There is a lot of stuff going on in community. You're seeing friends, you're seeing family, there's meetups, there's even birthdays drizzled in between all of that. There's shopping, there's work, there's life, and it is so taxing. So it's nice to have baseline things that you can do to ground back into self. So I think number 5 might be maybe one of my favorites of this because it's like the easiest to kind of tap into daily and in small little ways and notes. Harness the fiery energy, get stuff done, keep your optimism on lock, be with your community in a good place and a good mental space. And I know the holiday season can be tough for some people, and it's never 100% great. However, you completely have the power to listen to self, be honest with yourself, do what feels right for you, and drizzle a little Sagittarius in between that. All right, that is it for the guide for your Sagittarius season. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you try any of them because I get hyped to hear about it. And I will be trying to check off this list myself because I want to make sure that I take advantage of this season fully as well. I'm really excited because I think I'm going to be able to record a little bit more during the next month. I have a newsletter coming out next week all about friendship. That is it for now. But guys, I will see you soon. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody who's in the States. Enjoy your turkey, enjoy your stuffing, enjoy your mashed potatoes. Be kind to yourself, be kind to your body, and be kind to everybody else. I will see you soon. Grateful for all of you. Ciao, ciao.